So how do you play the Hurdy Gurdy? Well, I cannot claim I have the definitive technique or the right one, but if you're a complete beginner, you will find this video very useful to move your first steps in playing the Hurdy Gurdy. Which means that if you are an experienced player, you don't really need to see this video. I'm sorry, you can still do if you enjoy. Before everything else, very basically, playing the Hurdy Gurdy consists of two main things: the left hand and the right hand. It's easier to break down this because the left hand is going to play the melodies, so it has a specific task, while the right hand will focus on moving the crank, giving expression, and more importantly, hitting the trumpet, giving rhythm to your melody. These are two very different things, and I'll make different videos to explain this. The first one will be about your left hand, about your melody hand, so to speak, because I think that is the first thing you need to know. Then we'll move on to the right hand. Now, first of all, get in a very comfortable position. Sit down. You might want to play while standing sooner or later, but for the moment I think it's better you just focus on the right position on your chair. And then get your Hurdy Gurdy in a comfortable slanted position, like 45 degrees, like this. You don't want to have it completely horizontal like this, because otherwise the keys won't come back as easily. Playing vertically like this may be interesting. You will do this at some point while standing, but for the moment it's going to be just more difficult. So get into this 45 degrees stance and place your left hand on the keys. Since I play in a band, many people often want to try the Gurdy, and the thing I notice they always get wrong is the pressure on the keys. You do not want to be as strong on your fingers as you are, for example, with a piano. You want to be gentle, you want to strike the midpoint between gentle and hard. This is what I mean. This is way too gentle. Sorry for the auditory discomfort. But on the other hand, if you are too strong on the keys, you'll end up like this. Also very discomforting. So you do not want to press too hard or too softly, and find just the right balance. Go along up and down the keyboard and see what is the best you can do to find the right amount of pressure for every key. So the first thing you want to do is to play a scale, right? So training going up and down the keyboard. Now, this is different from what you would do on a piano, because you don't really have a full control of your thumb. You can't really use it that much because it can't really reach most of the keys most of the time. So you'll have to do with 4 keys. This may be daunting because on the piano you will go like da 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 da. You can't do this on the Gurdy. So how do you go up and down? Well, there isn't a perfect technique in my opinion. Here's what I found out by playing. There's people who do this. This is feasible, but I find it quite difficult, especially for beginners, because especially when going up you have to do this pinky to index finger exchange. It's quite hard to do on speed, you know. While it's easy going slow, it's a bit more difficult when going fast. I propose going not with your not pinky to index finger, sorry for the gesture, but going something like this. Especially since you're not going to play scales in real life. So my suggestion is going with your first 2 fingers. It's easier in my opinion, and going down it's a bit different, but the idea is pretty much the same. So your last two fingers are going to do most of the work when going down. Again, this is just a suggestion. What is important is that you can go up and down and you can find the right keys. Remember that you're going to have your scale of C normally down here. While here you have all the other keys you need, like all the black keys of the piano, so to speak. This of course makes everything a bit more difficult because you might need to do this